Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? What's going on, Dixie? What's going on, Waterfly? Appreciate you guys for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. Hey, what's going on, guys? Bitcoin currently trading at $86,300. Wouldn't you know, that's literally the same price that it's been for like a month. Very cool. Lunar Entity said, I like the Wicks. I do thoroughly enjoy them as well. Keanu Reeves is an amazing human being all around, so anytime it's on TV, I throw it on immediately. That's actually a lie. I don't pay for cable. Whenever it's accessible on streaming services, I watch it frequently. Bitcoin dominance is currently 59.08. Hopefully we break below 59, and hopefully that's not just because Bitcoin is performing slightly less bad than altcoins. Hopefully altcoins start to just outperform Bitcoin to the upside. That would be cool. Bitcoin's chilling though. We did wipe out all of the longs that were chilling from yesterday. A lot of money got scooped by the powers that be. And we got 85,541. 85,541. Oh, interesting. And then we've got, I'm going to go right here, 84,068. I'm really hungry. And I have delicious coffee next to me, which is very exciting. We've got 86,625. Very cool. Heat said YouTube featured. This is new. Ooh, I am trending. Very cool. And then the very tippy top of this bad boy, we've got 88,097. Sweet. And that is our range. Crypto Spaces said, sup chat. What's going on, Crypto Spaces? Anyone that's new, please consider subscribing and smashing the like button. Bitcoin 86,327.99. We are right between our range for liquidations. Probably, potentially, looking like it wants to wipe out some shorts. People short in the bottom. So we'll see where that ends up. We did very slightly enter oversold on the RSI in the 4-hour time frame after rejecting the moving average. We do have a red dot and momentum wave pointing to the downside though, and money flow is negative, so keep that in mind. Crypto Spaces said we extra bearish today. Number go down, but I think in the long term that's supposed to make you extra bullish because that's when you scoop. Unless you're of the belief that we're entering a long-term bear market, then, you know, to each their own. Everyone's got to make their own decision. We're all adults. But Bitcoin looks good. We got a big fat retrace, obviously. Still higher low. If we bounce right here, like properly, this is still a higher low. And could be a bear flag, which is what everyone's calling it. Could just be a trend reversal, which we've talked about in length. I'm going to go to a higher time frame here and get a little more in length about it. Right here. This is probably the best example. This could have also probably was a bear flag. Everyone was probably tweaking. I'm pretty sure I actually remember it because I remember all these blue and purple lines. This was a bear flag, and everyone was probably freaking out, going, oh my gosh, it's going to break down, especially right here, and right here, and right here. Every single time, even right here, they're probably like, oh, open a short. Just perma short, all in, shorten it, it's going to zero. We hit all-time highs, $70,000, now it's going to zero. And it just blasted to the upside and hit all-time highs, which at the time was $110,000, which was crazy. Now, we're doing pretty much the same thing. We got a pump, a longer-term retrace, and now we're kind of bear flagging. Pump, longer-term retrace, or shorter-term, actually, shorter-term retrace, and now we're bear flagging. Is it going to break to the upside? I have no idea. I don't have all the answers, but I like what it looks like right now. I'm not mad at it. Let's see, go back to the 4-hour time frame, get a little zoom action going on. Vahid said, yep, Lunar Entity said JJ trending. Crypto Spaces said sub chat. Dixie said hi. What's going on, Dixie? Tom Sellex said feed me hopium. Nom nom nom. Crypto Spaces said saw the stock market will move to being open 23 hours in the weekday. I saw that as well. That's exciting. But to that I ask, why not 24? What are you doing with that extra hour? Like, what is the point at that point? Just go 24. Sometimes you're going to have to step away. You're going to have to be an adult human being and go, I need to take a break. I need to not look at this. It's a 24-hour market. I need to step away. I need to set a stop loss. Or whatever they do in the stock market. I need to breathe and spend time with my family and probably repopulate the earth. Maybe start contributing to the population. Anyways, 86 188 for Bitcoin. ETH is down 3.49% on the day, currently trading at 29.56. We did lose 3K, which makes me a little bit sad. I don't mind the volume that we got right now. Money flow on ETH is positive, and it has been positive since December 1st. So again, regardless of the price action, money flow is pointing to positivity, which we can say with a smile because that's positive, you know. We do have another bear flag scenario here, which I'm guessing is supposed to be, you know, hiding in plain sight kind of situation. You can take it as reverse psychology or otherwise. We got a unconfirmed green dot in market cipher, red dot on the momentum wave. Like I said, positive money flow. The cloud is accumulating on the lower half, which usually ends up breaking to the upside. And we got a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI just the other day. Bongo cat as well. Not sure, you know, I don't remember if that's bullish or bearish. Clearly, as of right now, we're looking like a little bearish. So we'll see if we get back above 3K and this ends up being a wick. Again, though, at the end of the day, it is a higher low to which, you know, the bears would go, well, that's a bear flag. So, you know, not everybody can win. Can't make everybody happy. Teju said number go up. Yeah, right. Crypto Spaces said saw the stock market. Yep, I saw that too. To halt crazy trading. Oh, that's fair. When GME goes ballistic again. Yeah, I saw Citadel. We read that post the other day that Citadel is apparently trying to regulate I don't know, crypto or DeFi or something like that. Trying to make it more like TradFi. I was like, okay, good luck. Good luck with that, guys. It's probably a good idea to buy some GME. I feel like, especially maybe around Christmas, just for fun, just for the culture, for the meme. But yeah, ETH down 3.4%. Positive money flow is a big tell for me. For potential, I guess I should say. Sol is down 1.92%, oddly holding up better than ETH and Bitcoin, but the price doesn't look that great. We got a potential tweezer bottom. We did break below our neckline, our legacy neckline from the inverse head and shoulder that we talked about forever ago. This is our third hit below that. Is that going to be a reversal? This is not a bear flag. So to all the bears out there, what do you call this? Because that to me just looks like I don't know, a sideways channel. Quite possibly the most bearish price action of all, sideways, because nobody can buy or sell. You just kind of sit. You just sit in it and wallow in self-pity. You got a confirmed green dot on market cipher. Money flow just flipped positive. It's done that a couple of times back here, and it hasn't been able to maintain it. So maybe this time it will. Volume, I mean, it seems relatively consistent. It does look a little bit smaller here as time goes on. We'll see if we can get back above the neckline. We're at 126.85. We've talked about going to 100 for a while now on Solana. I've briefly mentioned it way back here, actually when we lost this yellow trend line, I think. And then I said, if we lose the upper trend line and our neckline, we're probably going down to 100, which is our lower trend line of that broader. It was actually kind of a bull flag, but it's become a sideways channel at this point. X221 John 316 said, JJ is the man. Appreciate you, John. Tishu said, can you check STX by the knife or wait for a base? Let's go take a look. Tishu, you know I'm like a gambler, right? I'm Italian. I've never been to a casino, but I do thoroughly enjoy the concept of gambling. Ooh, see, it's so oversold too. Dang it. Okay. 26.24. We know that psychologically there's probably going to be some semblance of something, or at least there should be at 0.25. And I'm going to put this just as a temporary line because we don't know if it's going to be good or not. But I'm going to leave it there. John said smash the like button. Yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. I don't know. I would like to see a reaction off of 25. If it does get that low, it is incredibly oversold right now. Volume could be a little bit better. This is specific to Binance. You got, see, you went from overbought right here. to oversold right here within what? Just a couple of days? It's been about a week. Solid week from overbought to oversold. The question is it going to bounce back from that oversold? And if it does, how long is it going to take? There's a lot of bearishness around this Japanese carry trade or whatever's going on with Japan and their interest rates. John said, JJ, I'm buying Jasmine right now. Thoughts? I'll look at Jasmine in a minute. But yeah, the volume picking up with the dump definitely indicates more bears than bulls, along with the price going down. I like the cloud accumulating towards the bottom half of Market Cipher, because we've watched that bounce back very nicely every single time. But it's temporary in a bear market, so which, regardless of whether or not you think we're going to have a 12-month long bear market, we are technically in a bear market regardless. It doesn't have to be a 12-month long bear market. I'm still of the belief that 2026 is going to be bullish, but right now, we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, we're not in a bear market. We're definitely in a bear market. That is confirmed. I think that was confirmed when we lost the 50-week moving average. But 26, 25, yeah, I would look for 25 if you want to be really stingy and greedy about it. But if you believe in the project and you think that this is a good level, then by all means, don't let 1.25 cents stop you. Because what difference is that going to make if it does recover to levels that you're looking for? Outside of that, though, yeah, see, 25 is a nice support zone. Is there going to be a prevailing trend here? No, it did break below that, so maybe we can do one of these. Let me try to be a little more nitpicky. Actually, I don't know. So you got your double bottom here, double bottom here. Are you going to form another double bottom right here? Well, it's pretty close. Pretty dang close. Yeah, see what happens in the next day or two if you want to wait. Otherwise, again, don't let that 1.25 cent area stop you if you think it's going to bounce. It should have already, in my opinion, but we've seen little fake outs go below, and again, it is oversold. Let's go take a look at Jasmine. Jasmine is, in my opinion, one of those coins that tried to take advantage of the whole flavor of the week consensus during last bull market and the time in between last bull market and now. Now, do I think that it has potential? Maybe. Obviously, people are eventually going to want to make money off of it, but this was one of the few coins that I kind of stayed away from. Like, it had fun hype and stuff, but after that, I just didn't see the appeal because, like, they printed a lot, or maybe they just unlocked a lot, and it got dumped on like crazy. And now, it had a little recovery pump right here along with the rest of the market. But I don't know if it's ever going to get there again. Personally, I don't think it's worth the risk for me. But if you are familiar with the project yourself, then, you should have your answer there already. Your RSI is consolidating like crazy at these levels. You got a ton. Look at all these green dots. This cloud on the lower half of Market Cipher. Just a gigantic accumulated cloud. Ton of green dots at the bottom. So eventually that might be your ultimate sign that this thing's about to pop. But I cannot confirm that that's 100% a fact because nobody can do that. Volume could improve a little bit. It doesn't look too bad though. I would look for a bounce. We got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Total 3, down 1.72% on the day. We are losing a trend line. What does this trend line go to? This trend line goes all the way back to, August 2024 breakout. So this is another thing that I wanted to point out on Total 3 specifically as well. You get your pump, you get your retrace, and then you get your trend break. This is the trend break that everyone and their brother would have called a bear flag. This is a bear flag. It's not a bear flag because guess what? It broke up. Or maybe it was a bear flag and the invalidation was so violent that bears got absolutely decimated and they were forced to buy. That's a possibility as well. But not every mild uptrend is a bear flag. This thing chopped out like sideways out of this downtrend and then exploded to the upside eventually, which is awesome. That's kind of what Bitcoin's doing right now, in my opinion. You could also maybe argue that that's what's happening here. You had your downtrend, you're chopping out sideways. Eventually, you're going to go pop. I don't know. We've had it happen here too. Explosion to the downside, a little chop sideways, and then it popped to the upside. When you zoom out, the trajectory of the chart can be dumbed down to something as simple as that every single time. Now, is losing this yellow line really a big deal? To me, it kind of is. But that does not mean that it's over. We've had wicks below it before. This is on the daily, so who knows where it's going to close at, but yeah, see, my bear market target, my bullish bear market target is 800 billion. My bearish bear market target is 711. If we go below both of those, then then I'm in over my head at that point. But for now, we're still above my levels. And we're getting a little green candle right here, so let's see where it goes. We are also oversold. Red dot of the momentum wave pointed to the downside. Money flow is negative. But we'll see if she can curl up. Oversold like this basically means you have the munition to climb up after that. You have the energy. ADA's down 2.42% on the day, currently trading at 38.65. Potential bounce off of 38.04. Why is that line on the chart here? I do not know. I don't remember. I probably put it on there last night. I'm not sure why, though. Maybe that was for my high or low. Maybe that's what I was looking like going for. Volume's pretty decent on these candles, and we are oversold after rejecting the moving average and the RSI for like a second time, it looks like. And again, we got that cloud accumulating on the lower half of market cipher, which will eventually allow us to blast the upside. Money flow is negative, so signs point the downside, but we are getting a potential tweezer bottom recovery right here. Let's see if that continues to the upside. Worst case scenario, this little uptrend, lower trend line situation kind of puts us at around 36, 37. We'll see if we end up touching that or not. Snag is down 8.22% on the day. It did lose a 0. We lost a 0. We are below 1/10 of a cent. We are at, what is that, 9/10 of 1/10 of a cent? What is 9 1,000ths? I don't know, 9 100ths of a cent. I don't remember. that was the part of school where I just didn't give a crap. We got confirmed green dots. We got a cloud on the lower half of market cipher. Unfortunately, our money flow is still negative, but we'll see if we get a rebound here. I like that wick. Wick is indicative of some buy pressure, so let's see if we push back up. XRP is down 4.35% on the day, currently trading at 189.24. We lost $2. Lost $2. First here, second time here, rejected, and then immediately insta-dump down to 190. We lost 190 as well. We're sitting at 189.24. I would love to close above 190 for the daily close, but we'll see what happens. RSI is incredibly oversold. We got a red dot on the momentum wave on market cipher, pointing to the downside, but we are also incredibly oversold over there. So let's see if we get a rebound. Crypto Spaces said, most thinking we just get a relief rally, then go into bear market. Well, deep bear market. Tishu said, SD looks to be on long-term support. Best chart seems to be OKX. Can you look at it? At the whole chart? What is SD? I think I need a little more context before I can confidently pull up what chart you're talking about. Snek, and I'm sorry, not Snek. Lunk is going to continue to bleed to the downside. I did see news, which is, I believe, in our news segment, that Do Kwon apparently could be looking at decades more prison time in Korea, even after his United States sentencing. Stater Labs. Okay, so is it like SD? Stater US dollar? Okay, so USDT. Stater Tether, you said OKX. Look at it, the whole chart. 1 day. You said looks to be long-term support. Best chart seems to be OKX. Okay. Cheers, guys. I have coffee today, which is why I might seem like I'm talking really fast. Oh, it is delicious coffee, though. It is so good. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is long-term support. You got a double bottom back here. You kind of missed it here, made a little double bottom. Attempted to recover. Market said no, got slapped down. And now you're kind of doing it again. It's like a mini double bottom right there. The volume definitely picked up over time. You got a nice little cloud of volume right here, big cloud, and it's consistently, see how it's getting more dense? There's a huge gap here, smaller gap, even smaller gap. There's consistently more volume, for sure. J Shear 2.0 said, "Sup family, what's going on, J Shear 2.0?" Franco said, "Man, I'm so glad I got out of alts when I did. I wasn't having any of this alt bleed in this bear. Shake my head, even if and when Bitcoin retests the 60 moving average around 100K, alts will still be ass." Yeah, I was actually thinking about it today. I was like, damn, I gotta give Franco props. So I'm glad you showed up, Franco. Everybody, Franco was right. Franco was right. Even if we go into a parabolic super cycle 2026, he was right, and we did enter a bear market. So I gotta give him props for that. I'm not worthy. Um, yeah, this definitely, it should be at support. Again, it boils down to whether or not you believe in the project. My only concern here is that these are kind of wicks, and you've been lingering at this level for a minute. But people are scooping it up. They're not letting it die, so there's potential there for sure. Okay, H bar down 3.26% on the day. You lost 1248. Probably heading towards 10. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to get back above 11.5. I don't know. You got a potential tweezer bottom here, but time will tell. Obviously, if anybody even cares enough about alts to scoop that up. You are incredibly oversold. You got the same cloud that everything else has in the lower half of Market Cipher. Tom Selleck's code said Franco was right is even more depressing. Nothing. I don't think anything is more depressing than our boy Jordan kind of abandoning his entire like live stream audience and all of his personas and stuff, going faceless and doing static videos. I don't think anything is more depressing than that. Yeah, I got cookies for my coffee and they're so delicious. I'm not going to show you guys, but you can listen. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Lunar Energy said, "I remember asking if you wanted to go close the CME gap back when we were cruising at 121K. I don't know what you're talking about. I blocked out that memory. So yeah, H bar, if it does get more bearish, probably going down to 10. Jordan stopping live was the top signal, right? SWE is down 5.45% on the day, currently trading at 146.86. Is SWE going to get back above 150? I think would be a desirable location. You had SWE's been kind of interesting. You had a little accumulation down here, and then you created a nice range up here. You scooped some liquidity, created a nice range up here, and then that kind of fell, but then you created this lovely pocket, and you broke bearish out of that. This looks very similar to Bitcoin's chart with all the weird, like, choppy behavior. I'm not sure what it's gonna do next. I feel like it's probably gonna bounce and recover because that's what it's been doing. Last time you got a nice green dot back here, you broke bullish out of your falling wedge after doing your little fake out to the downside, and now you're chopping sideways. Maybe that is the ultimate signal right here. Maybe you went from bearish to accumulation and eventual upside. Maybe that's what we're looking for. I like that we are oversold and potentially getting a bounce off of that. Momentum wave is also incredibly oversold. Red dot's still in play, but it could flip any moment. Money flow is definitely negative. Yeah, getting above 150 would be ideal. Holding 140, worst case scenario. That's my bullish. Obviously, bearish is losing both of those levels. Ondo is down 5.78% on the day. See, Ondo looks really bad because we had this lower trend line. It was a very clear trend line, nice strong support, and then it just kind of slowly chipped away at it. Boom, rejection. Big candle to the downside. Nice volume on the dump, which is bullish, but not great. I'm liking the recovery so far. We are oversold. We had a rejection at the moving average on the RSI. We got a red dot pointing to the downside. Momentum wave. Definitely oversold. So let's see if we get a recovery here. Arrow currently trading at 53.79. We are down 6.17% on the day. Currently trading at 53.79. Did I say that already? I feel like I said that already. Incredibly oversold on the 4-hour here as well. Red dot on the momentum wave also oversold. Negative money flow. Let's see if we can get a curl up here and break above that moving average and start putting in some higher lows. As of right now, we got a nice wick indicative of some buying pressure. A lot of volume, which is nice. I want to get back above, we're above 50, which makes me happy. I want to get back above 55 and then eventually 60. That's going to be a telltale sign for me. Even if we reject it at first, maybe got to hold 55, break above it, and continue. That's bullish case. Obviously bearish is losing 50 and continuing to the downside. Franco said Jordan abandoned us because his new girlfriend wasn't having it. She knows Maya came from there, in my opinion. What? I'm lost. Crypto Spaces said 2025 truly was cruel. Yeah. Tom Selleck's Goat said, all I want is a random guy talking about selling his shoe. Right? Philly said, Tom Selleck, Spaces, Jay Shear. What's going on, Philly? You got that right, JJ Doodle. Tom Selleck's Goat said, women ruin everything. Dang. For the longest time, Waterfly thought I was a woman, which was pretty funny. He thought I was a sexy Italian woman. Love you, Waterfly. Stellar. Stellar's down 3.8%. Oddly enough, Stellar's holding up a lot better than a lot of these other alts. We did lose our trend line here. We got a bounce, break, rejection, and then a harsh push to the downside. Incredibly oversold on this as well. Constant rejection of the moving average on the RSI. We are oversold on the momentum wave on Market Cipher as well with the red dot. Negative money flow. We need that to flip. We need the money flow to flip on all these charts. Liquidity needs to return. So, who was it? Someone shared. Joven in the Discord shared some Ben Cowan charts. Thank you, Joven, if you're here. Appreciate you. Ben Cowan basically pointing out that retail is 100% absent from the space, which is what we've been speculating, and it kind of makes sense. And I feel like a good metric is viewership on the stream, and that sounds a little pretentious, but it's not meant to. We get good numbers when the stream ends. The numbers are usually pretty high when retail is like here and the prices are doing well. When prices are doing bad, we're lucky if we're in like double digits. So it's a good metric for retail, whether or not the stream gets views. And I mean, the numbers have been pretty bad for quite a while, so we've kind of been aware that retail is somewhat absent from the space. And there's metrics. Altcoin Linda shared a great post maybe a month or two ago about how majority of crypto channels, crypto content creators in general, their numbers are awful compared to like the peak during 2021. Like 2021, they were getting like hundreds of thousands or millions of views. Now they're lucky if they get like 10K. They're getting like a couple thousand per stream, per video. And they're like 10% or less of their peak viewership. Like peak average as well. So it's pretty big. Franco said Jordan's new girlfriend made him quit because she knows Jordan got Maya from YouTube community chat. Oh, so she don't want any YouTube fangirls threatening her Jordan position. Wait a minute, really? I was not aware of that origin story. That's weird. Am I crazy? I feel like that's kind of problematic. Anyways, Stellar 2204. I'd love to hold 20. It was a long way to 20, so we are at a lower low. So I don't know. Oversold is our best bet. Get a push up from that. I'm gonna skip some. We're gonna go to PIF down 3.27%. Currently trading at 59 or 0.0591. She had to take profits. I'd like to see this get above 60 or 6 cents. Obviously, 5 is going to be a nice psychological number. What if we were just filling the wicks from October 10th? Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, not much to say about this. We broke below the moving average in the RSI, rejected. We're not oversold or anything. It's just kind of not looking great. Volume's not too bad. It's getting a little thin, but still there. Avalanche is down 4.04% on the day. We did highlight this possibility of this lower trend line versus this support line. And we literally went down to touch that perfectly. We are almost, but not quite oversold. With that, though, if we get a bounce here, then that would show bullish divergence. But it's a bad kind where the RSI eventually continues to the upside and the price eventually continues to the downside. Like longer term trend is down, where the RSI longer term trend is up. But it would signal a short term bounce, which is nice. So that's our best bet there. Momentum wave, red dot, still in play, negative money flow, and oversold. We could get a curl up. Again, we got the ammunition to go to the upside. Chainlink is down 2.94% on the day. Chainlink actually recovering quite nicely. Bounce off of 1268 support level. This is a pretty decent sized point of confluence based on previous price action, especially back here in April and June, July. Yeah, I like that. Big fat red. Nice, I don't know, what do you call that? A hammer candle? Who knows? Nice reversal right here. The volume was pretty decent on those dumps. Again, we got the ammunition to go to the upside. Money flow still negative and red dot still in play. But the RSI bouncing off of almost oversold looks nice. Let's get a bullish cross over that moving average and see if we can continue to the upside. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Chat's popping off. What's going on, guys? Tom Salkscout said doesn't show his face because she beats. Jesus. John Gregory said, how before Crypto Bros say Jordan? What? Philly said, I woke up today with some nice shorting profits. That's right. Philly said he was in shorts. Nice. Chicken, what's going on, Chicken? Guys, Chicken Ada's in the chat. What a legend. Evan is also in the chat. He's also a legend. Unfortunately, he lives in Ohio, but we're going to ignore that. He said, I wonder if Zach ever comes into JJ's stream. Oh, dang. I haven't seen Zach in a long time. Is he okay, Evan? He's not in the Discord or anything. Crypto Spaces said, LOL, this chat is funny. Dr. Phil or maybe Dr. Philly is needed. Dude, Dr. Philly would be great. That would be such a good show. Dang. John Gregory, oh no, I'm sorry. Franco said, if y'all got hella alts, highly recommend cutting losses when Bitcoin retests 99 to 101K. I like that Franco gives financial advice. John Gregory said, host before crypto. Board Jordan says, damn it, autocorrect. Evan said, it's chicken. John Gregory said, I give up. Look at Chainlink bounce. This is so lovely. Philly said, I'm going to be in Peru in like 4 hours. Ada Ace said, CVD and OI is a strong metric. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look into that. Ada Ace, can you DM me that on X? Because I would love to get some more metrics for sure. Philly said the picture quality of the stream is 144. Franco said, if y'all decide to hold alts, they stand to lose 90 to 99% of their value from March 2024 top burrows. It will get ugly, and the worst part, most won't reclaim even their 324 high ever again. We got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Let's go to Bitcoin, currently trading at 86,381 and 77 cents. 1 minute time frame. Zoom in. If you guys are not familiar, let me know in the chat, and I will go over the rules for you. Basically, you just want to get your guess in the chat for what you think the Bitcoin close price is going to be today on the Binance USDT chart. All right. Let's readjust the size of this window. Right there. Okay, 30 seconds remaining until you guys can start guessing. All right. Philly said my next name, Dr. Philly. Chicken said, hi guys. Playing ranked league. Nice. Dixie here too. Wow. Tom Socks Goat said, yeah, Franco, I'm waiting for that bounce to unload basically all of them. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin currently trading at $86,400. What's my name on X? Oh, that's a great question. JJ Cryptic Corner. At JJ Cryptic Corner. What's going on, Mythical? Will the herd be right? Crypto Spaces said, everyone looking for a relief rally. Nobody thinks new all-time high is possible. Yeah. Hello.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm. I like the background.
I just wanted to show.
69. Okay, we got some guesses here, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are unfamiliar with the rules, let me know, and I will go over them in the chat. We got Dixie. That's 69,000. Nice. We've got Mythical. Jesus. With 86,666. I like that one as well. We got Crypto Spaces. with 86,350. We got Franco, 86,530. You guys are really trying to mess with my dyslexia. We got Evan with 86,750. Anybody else? Anybody at all? You guys got 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in. Oh, Jay Shear 2.0 coming over the guess. John Tujo, long time no see. How you doing, my friend? Jay Shear 2.0 with 86,400. We've got John. John with 86,325.69. Nice. Billy said, "Oh, JJ, wife is doing lovely voices in JJ's ear." We got John Gregory with 86,560. And we get another John. Is there only two? We definitely have more than two Johns. There's definitely a third John. Is John number 3 going to show up? Tujo said still poor. Same. Same, man. Same. Mythical said 69. I got you, I think, already, Mythical. Tom Selleck Scoped coming in with 86,200. Risk It. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Risk It 101 coming in with 86,192. 86,420 for Mythical. Mythical making a change. 86,420. Ada A said, "Done. Appreciate you." Guys, you got... What do you have? You have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the clock. Have I gotten everybody? John Gregory, yep. Mythical, John Tujo, Risk It 101, Mythical again. All right, I think we're good. Evan said I've won twice. Ada Ace coming in with a guess. Coming in with 86,421. Cheers, guys. Happy Monday. Pretty decent day all around, I will say. Pretty decent day. Holy cow, that coffee's strong. I am zooming. All right, guys. I think I'm going to cut you off early. After this 40 seconds is up, I'm calling it. Because I think we went way over capacity. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we actually have room for one more. So we do usually cap it at 12 entries. Yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button. Really helps out the channel, especially in today's trying times. We're all trying to not sell our bags at a massive loss just to feel a little bit better. Go get yourself a Whopper or something, you know. I'm cutting you guys off early. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Appreciate you guys for playing. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We got a full house today. Oh, Philly coming. I'm gonna let Philly slide. 8, 6. What the heck is BJ's? What is BJ? 8, 6 BJ? JJ, I'm on time, bro. Don't cut me off like that. Well, you gotta put words in there, Philly. 86. I can't. 8, 86, and BJ. That doesn't make any sense. None of that makes sense, Philly. you gotta figure out what your numbers are. Okay, thank you. 86,300. Out of control, man. Out of control. All right, let's get these bad boys up on the board. We got Evan with 86,750. We've got John Gregory with 86,560. I gotta make these solid. It's gonna drive me crazy. Solid line, yep, and solid line. Okay, and then we've got 86,530 with Franco, and then Ada Ace with 86,421. Ada Ace so far in the lead. We've got 86,420, and that is Mythical. Mythical tucked himself right underneath Ada Ace. Ada Ace is going to steal it from him. It is closest without going over, guys. For anyone that doesn't know. 86 420, got that already. 86 400. Oops. 86 350. Crypto Spaces YouTube. Chewy said, "Tell me it's over." You and Franco can actually congratulate each other because you guys both took profits. So, John Tujo with 86 325. 69. Look at that. Ada Ace really solidifying his lead. 86 300 with Philly. Look at that. I'm making record time and I'm not typing anything correctly at all. JJ, no word good. Okay. And oh, there's still more. Holy crap. All right. Tom Selleck's coat with 86 200. 86 192 with Risk It 101. And last but not least, we've got Dixie Flatline with 69K. I'm not going to put that on there. I'm going to put Dixie Flatline and I'm going to put represents 69K. And Dixie's just going to be at the very bottom. All right, currently Ada Ace is in the lead. Let's get a little bit of zoom action here, ladies and gentlemen. Ada Ace in the lead. Mythical tucked right up underneath him. $1 difference. Franco is just above Ada Ace. Ada Ace has a lovely cavernous gap, giving him a pretty decent sized lead. Again, guys, at his closest without going over. Chewy submitting a late guess. The cutoff was an hour ago, Chewy. I'm just kidding. But you are late. Let's see. Franco said, "John, please never use betrothed again. What's next? You're going to start wearing ascots. Congrats, though." What did you... Wait, oh! John! John said, "No matter what happens, there is only one winner here. That's me, who, as of 2 days ago, is betrothed. Let's go! Let's go! Congratulations, John. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for John. John number 3 has arrived, and he's engaged to be married. Congratulations, my friend. Cheers. That's exciting. I'm excited. Did you wear the hoodie? Did you wear the merch when you proposed?" Cheers. For real, that's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's awesome. All right, Bitcoin 86 437 and 31 cents, guys. We got 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Gonna go be married before JJ. Fuck you, John. I'm still waiting on a house, man. I'm getting my fiance a house before a ring. I think she deserves it. Chewy said, "Ask Franco who's winning fantasy football." Franco, who's winning fantasy football? Guys, 60 seconds remaining on the clock. Ada Ace still in the lead. It's going to be a close one. Is someone going to take home the $300 prize today? Or is it going to be another closest without going over win? JShear 2.0 might take it. Also, Crypto Spaces YouTube. Let's see what happens. 46. JJ, that's the voice I was talking about when you yell, "Let's go," into the mic. Oh, I usually try to get away from the mic when I do it. I get it, though. I was wondering if that's what you're talking about. I don't usually try to be quiet for that. Bitcoin, $86,426.31. Ada Ace still in the lead. Price could take any turn at any moment. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. John said, "I did not wear the merch. She bought me a nice flannel shirt a while back, and I wore that. Nice." 13 seconds remaining on the clock. Ada Ace still in the lead. 10 seconds. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Ada Ace, on your victory. Spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Ooh, big fat red candle on the 1 minute time frame. Bitcoin daily close price $86,432.08. 86,432.08. 86,432.08. Congratulations, Ada Ace, on your victory, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Woo! Big fat red candle. Ada Ace with his guess of 86,421. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Let me clear the board. It's going to take me one moment because we had a lot of participants today. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Happy Monday. Don't forget to smash the like button. Share the stream with your friends and family. Subscribe if you're new. And join the Discord. Links in the description. It's completely free, ton of fun. The stock channel in the Discord is actually incredibly lucrative, so highly recommend. 10 out of 10 for sure. Ada Ace, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Let me press your button. Yay! Very cool. Spam the bananas in the chat. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to gift memberships and shit. Whoopsie. All right. Let's see. All right, let me add you to the winners Google Doc. Ada Ace, our third victor of December. Oh, our fourth, actually. That is incorrect. That is our fourth. Ada Ace, are you Canadian? December, for the month of December, because I've been absent so many days, we are counting every win as 2. So, congratulations, Ada Ace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of excited for this. I'm excited for this one. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of $86,421 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of $86,432.08 on December 15th, 2025, Mr. Ada Ace's prize is a long bread roll. Congratulations, Ada Ace, on your victory. Feel free to provide your own butter. We do not provide your butter for you. You can rip this bad boy up and divvy it up amongst your friends, your family, your fellow competitors, maybe your boss. You want to schmooze up to the boss and get a raise or something. Maybe you want to mail some to some of the people in the chat. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. All right. Very cool. Oh, Evan's still up there. My bad. Bye, Evan. All right. Let's see. John said, I asked her in church too, so there's that. Can't take coffee beanie ghost to church. That's fair. Franco said, shake my head, Chewy will forever be the auto draft champion, but to be honest, Waterfly is strong AF. Waterfly might win this shit. Came from nowhere. Billy said, damn it. Chewy said, I have an 84.5 order waiting to be hit. Disgusting. John's drum rolling. Lunar Entity said that is foul. Ada A said Houston. Okay. We make sure to label all the Canadians because they're kind of ruling over the entire victory pool right now. John said should share that with someone who is engaged to be married. Just saying. That is true actually. Pretty soon John will be free of all long bread rolls. Billy said JJ getting lazy when he makes the prize boring Kaiser rolls. Yesterday was a big Italian sub, Billy. Sometimes we can't afford big, beautiful prizes 2 days in a row. This is cheap and easy. You throw it in the oven, or you steal it from your local Olive Garden, shove it in your pocket, bring it home, and then you present it to the winner. All right, guys, let's finish up. I think we did AVAX and Chainlink. I'm going to skip. We're going to go straight to silver. Chewy said, no meat in that roll? No, sir. Meat's also expensive. Have you seen the market? Silver, 63.86.30. We're getting a little pumpy here still. That retrace may have done it. What's interesting here is the price is going up, but the RSI kind of looks like it's curling over, which is kind of what you want to see. You want to see the price continue to climb, and the RSI dump. That will give you bullish div, which is the right kind of bullish div. It'll also probably technically give you bearish div, depending on the market, but you can't have everything. The momentum wave on market ciphers pretty heavy to the upside, so I do expect a prolonged retrace scenario on silver at some point. Again, somebody mentioned it in the chat. It might have been Lunar Entity like 2-3 days ago. Silver was in like a 45-year sideways choppy bear market, so they're allowed to have this. Everything else is allowed to take the back burner, while silver has a nice little run. John said, bear market, you're just lucky it's not a saltine. That's true. Without the salt as well, we would have licked the salt off the saltine. Chewy said Vienna for everyone tomorrow, right? I mean, if you get a can of Vienna sausages, that's what, 7 or 8 prizes in one can? That's pretty good. Chewy knows how to budget. DXY. Oh, let's go look at gold before we get out of silver. Gold, $4,303 and oh, 4,304. Let's see. We do kind of got a little double top thing going on here, but we haven't quite. See, that's what stinks. We haven't even gotten up here yet. The current local high is right up here for gold. I'm going to make this dotted line, make it a little bit thinner. So, are we going to... No, the RSI looks good too. Dang it. We do have a confirmed red dot in market cipher. Red dot in the momentum wave as well, pointing to the downside. Positive money flow. RSI crossed bearish over the moving average. Now, this yellow line right here is not relevant as far as a trend line goes. It is just a target line based on this possibility of this being a big flag. So breaking below that won't mean anything. What I do want to stay above for sure is this the 4220, because it took us a while to get above that. It was support, and then it was resistance, and it continued to be resistance, and then we finally got above it. So I suppose a retrace and confirmation as support would be nice. Maybe look for that. We'll see what happens with this little M forming and the red dot. Philly said there's too bad of a connection. I'm getting off. See you all in Peru. Take it easy, Philly. Appreciate you. Cheers. What's up?
Anna's friend got peak and she was wondering if she can get it so they can
Yeah,
play.
that's fine. Do you need anything from me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big bucks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. DXY. Potential double bottom setup on the DXY here. I don't think we want that because pumpy DXY usually results in dumpy everything else. I don't know if the indicators are relevant on the DXY. We do have a confirmed green dot on market cipher. Cloud is on the lower half, so we got ammunition to go to the upside. Red dot, so maybe potential downside in the short term. Bearish cross over the moving average in the RSI. Again, I don't know if any of those are even relevant. I would like to continue the downtrend on the DXY. I think they'd be better for assets as a whole. We got kind of a continued rejection at this level. So that's continued downside is ideal for the rest of the market. Strategy 162.08, continuing to suffer tremendously. Broke below 167.47. See, every time it gets below this, it gets eaten up pretty quick, but it's not looking great, honestly. Looks pretty dang bad, actually. I'm going to extend this because that might become relevant very soon here. We got a bounce, break. Are we going to come all the way down to 132? See, I don't know. RSI is not oversold anymore. We got an unconfirmed red dot on market cipher. RSI kind of looks like it bounced off of like 31. I don't know, man. This looks dicey. It just looks so dicey to me. NASDAQ down 0.1% on the day. Our fractals so far still somewhat intact. I would like to see a reversal soon. Otherwise, I'm going to start calling this a bust. Even if we do one of these, I wouldn't mind that. But it does kind of show us chopping until like mid to late January. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility as well. If, again, if the fractal is even to be believed, it's just an idea. We are almost oversold on the 4-hour for the NASDAQ. And I don't know, money flow is negative. Again, I don't know if market cipher really applies to the stock market. S&P, AS fractal 3.0 looking good. Potential bounce off of 67. Just strictly based on the fractal. Otherwise, yeah, I guess I would look at 67. That's really the only thing with any kind of inclination, maybe 67.5. And dominance 59.07. I really want to break below 59 here, more so than we did back here. This was kind of like a descending broadening wedge that broke bullish. So I think getting below 59 is going to be a big deal for dominance. Bitcoin itself, congratulations Ada Ace once again on your victory. Bitcoin 86.407 and 69 cents, chilling. I think that's it. We got news articles to go through. Let's see if this continues to the upside. Alts are chilling so far. indecisive, which is usually how it goes after the daily close. News: we got J.P. Morgan starts tokenized money market fund on Ethereum, and to send fund on Ethereum with 100 million internet capital per Wall Street Journal. Very cool. This one's been bouncing around for a little while, and I thought it was interesting. Total Solana traders down 87% from the highs in January to now, from 4.8 million to 624,000 active wallets. That's still a pretty big number, but it does go to show you where retail is. They're kind of non-existent. Solana, I would argue, is probably the most retail-heavy chain, and they're 87% from the highs in January, not even 2021. So market's definitely feeling the strain for sure. $4 trillion JP Morgan to launch first tokenized money market fund on Ethereum. We just read about that. Breaking: the 10 a.m. manipulation is activated once again. Bitcoin dumped $2,000 in 30 minutes as soon as the U.S. market opened. 40 billion wiped out from the Bitcoin market cap, and 125 million worth of longs have been liquidated in the last 60 minutes. Just a regular day in crypto now. I'm wondering if this has to do with leverage or if it's something else entirely. The lack of retail. It's definitely been a weird market for a couple of years now, but more lately especially. A said they turned off all their bots because they lost so many validator costs too much. They done extracted all the value out of all the retail. I saw that. Yeah. I think that might be in here as well. They're getting squozed for sure. Bitcoin Archive posted SEC to host roundtable on Bitcoin and crypto today. We got some nice quotes from what's his name, Paul Atkins, from that as well. UK to create new rules to police cryptocurrency markets, The Guardian reports. Visa launches stablecoins advisory practice to help institutions build stablecoin strategies. Very cool. I really think stablecoins are going to spearhead crypto adoption. They kind of already are. Michael Saylor's strategy buys 10,645 Bitcoin worth $980 million. This dude injects $1 billion into Bitcoin, and it does this. That's crazy. What is going on? $140 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes. That was 8 hours ago. Bank of America says banks will move on-chain over the next several years. That's actually pretty cool. Kevin Warsh, a.k.a. Ross from Friends, becomes new favorite on Polymarket to replace Jerome Powell as Federal Reserve Chair. I bet you when he does replace Powell, he's going to be really good at the whole pivot scenario. If you know, you know. I'm so sorry. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says public blockchains are more transparent than any other financial system ever built. Thank you, Paul Atkins. Why does Elon Musk always looks like he farted? But like somebody just asked him, they're like, "Oh my gosh, did you fart?" And he's like, "No, no, that wasn't me." He always looks like he's trying to hide the fact that he just farted. Elon Musk becomes the first person in history to surpass $600 billion net worth. PayPal submits application to become a U.S. bank. NASDAQ prepares filing to extend. How is PayPal not a bank yet? Like, out of all the money places and what are they called? Nano banks or whatever. Out of all those things on the planet, PayPal is probably the first one that should have become a bank. John said, pivot, pivot. Shut up, shut up, shut up. That's so good. Dang, the Franco pivot is still... honestly, the Franco pivot has been redeemed by the Franco take profit. So I'd say he's at break even right now. Congratulations, Franco. And congratulations, John, for getting engaged. Cheers again. I got to drink more coffee. Hell yeah. Crypto market dumps. Wedding plans pump. NASDAQ prepares filing to extend stock trading hours to 23 hours on weekdays. Very cool. Everyone gets 1 hour of sleep in the stock market. Congratulations. Treasury Secretary Bessent calls to ban stock trading by Congress. This is probably the 100th person in the government to try that within the last 2 years. It's probably not going to work. Bitcoin TA looking for the spring. This is Marty Party. He thinks we're in Wyckoff. Number go down, number go up. Not financial advice. We do look like we're in accumulation, though, I will say. But yeah, we're looking for the spring. We'll see what happens. I do like it because it supports my bullish bias. Whale trades, hyper whale, long position status, 24-hour position value change. He is down $27,161,661. Tom Selleck's goat said hour is for sex and cocaine. What is? Like the 1 hour time frame? I'm confused. JP Morgan accepting Bitcoin and Ether. I'm not sure why they would accept that. I'm pretty sure it's like a chemical compound that people use to get high as collateral for longs or for loans along with BlackRock IBIT on mainstream TV. Wow, very cool. Congratulations, JP Morgan, or thank you, JP Morgan. Do you still think the pandemic was random? We got US 10-year pump dump below the Japanese 10-year. And now the Japanese 10-year is above the US 10-year. So, kind of crazy. What's this Bitcoin? Bitcoin GFC. I'm not sure where that's there. There's only 2 lines on the chart. Okay. Next, we got the Kobayashi letter. Is a Santa Claus rally on the way? The hour break in stock trading. Oh, yes. Thank you. Goldfish memory, guys. Since 1929, the S&P 500 has risen in 79% of Santa Claus rally periods with an average return of 1.6%. The Santa Claus rally covers the last 5 trading days of December and the first 2 trading days of January. Similarly, since 1950, the S&P 500 has posted positive results in 79% of these periods, averaging 1.3% positive. Over the last 8 years, the index has declined during the Santa Claus window only once, all while the last 2 weeks of December have been the best weeks for stocks over the last 75 years. We may see the S&P 500 at 7K by year's end. Does that align with the AS Fractal 3.0? Yes, it does. Absolutely. If we bottom here and climb up into January, yes, it does. Now, the last 2 weeks, we're looking at some positivity from here forward. If there's 31 days, yeah, 14. Yep, that's exactly what it would be. So we'll see if that plays out. That'd be kind of cool. U.S. labor market is coming to a halt. The total non-farm hiring rate fell 0.2 percentage points in October to 3.2%, the lowest since the 2020 pandemic bottom. Over the last 4 years, this figure has declined 1.4 percentage points to levels in line with December 2008. By comparison, during the 2001 recession, the hiring rate was much higher at 3.7 to 4%. Furthermore, the private hiring rate fell to 3.5% in October, the lowest since January 2011, and in line with the 2020 lows. The U.S. labor market has stalled. Interesting. Silver prices have reached parity with oil prices for the first time since the 1980s. One silver round ounce is currently worth $63.80 or $6.50 more than 1 barrel of WTI crude oil at $57.30. By comparison, WTI crude oil prices were 5.5 times higher than silver prices in mid-2022. Since then, silver prices have surged 206%, while oil prices have dropped 44%. WTI crude oil is on track for its worst year since the 2020 pandemic decline, down 20%, while silver is on its best annual performance since 1979, up 115%. We are witnessing a major macroeconomic shift. Very cool. I will say again, the people who have been hoarding silver kind of deserve it because they've been sitting on that for forever. Lunar Entity said the SPX rally, Santa rally is much more consistent than the NASDAQ. Santa snubs tech from time to time. It makes sense. When I was younger, that was kind of how I figured that out. I was like, I'm not going to say what, just in case people got, but I was like, how do they make this? How do they make a Game Boy? Lunar Entity said, good. The jobs market needs to crash so the real wages can rise. Last time they kicked the can by utilizing mass immigration. Yeah. Yep. Bitcoin falls below 87K as $200 million worth of levered longs are liquidated in 30 minutes. That's crazy. U.S. households who own assets are winning. Equities in the mutual funds held by U.S. households equaled 307% of the disposable income in Q2 2025, an all-time high. This percentage has increased 43 points since Q4 2019, significantly outpacing gains in disposable income. During the same period, real estate's percentage of disposable income increased 33 points to 216%, including pension fund entitlements and other assets. Total household assets are up to a record 835% of disposable income. This is 55 percentage points higher than the 780% seen in Q4 2019. Asset owners are winning. Equities real estate have driven most of the gains in household wealth in recent years. Too bad people can't buy houses anymore. Next, we've got innovation is winning. Tesla is now on track to post a record high close, adding 850 billion since April 2025. This makes Tesla $1.5 trillion company. Elon Musk has done it again. I don't know why anyone's surprised at this point. Leverage is a wild drug. Bitcoin is now below 86K, erasing $100 billion in market cap in 24 hours. Levered long liquidations over the last 4 hours are nearing 400 million. It's a wild time to be a crypto trader. Damn. Market liquidity is surging. The Treasury General account dropped 78 billion over the last week, the largest liquidity injection since June. The TGA is the US government's main cash account at the Federal Reserve, and when it declines, cash flows directly into the financial system and boosts liquidity. This marks the 4th largest weekly drop this year. Meanwhile, the Fed is set to buy 40 billion worth of treasuries from December 12th to January 14th through its reserve management purchases. On top of that, the central bank will use 14.4 billion of principal payments from its mortgage-backed securities to buy treasury bills over the same period. A wave of new liquidity is here. This is what we need desperately. Desperately need liquidity. Lunar Entity said if tech oligarchs get their way, we'll see the rise of a new age surf class. Damn. Yeah. ETH extends losses to minus 9% in 8 hours as levered crypto liquidations continue. Elon Musk becomes the first person in history to hit $600 billion in net worth. In a massive hit, Ford is writing down $19.5 billion in EV investments. Ford also says it will stop producing the electric version of the F-150. Nobody wants an electric pickup truck that uses a pickup truck as a pickup truck. I'm sorry. And what about the Cybertruck? The Cybertruck breaks. It falls apart. I'm sorry. Go on YouTube and watch Whistling Diesel test the Cybertruck. It literally broke. It broke apart. So sorry. It's cool, but I don't think that the batteries are there yet for long-term travel with a trailer, or if you're hauling a skid steer or a dump trailer full of dirt or scrap metal or something. That's just me. Bing X global user base reached 40 million in 2025, doubling year over year with peak daily volume above 26 billion. That's actually exciting. With retail gone, a global exchange to be able to perform like that, that's pretty impressive. Lunar Entity said the Cybertruck is one of the worst selling vehicles of all time. There you go. Strategy bought 10,645 Bitcoin worth 980.3 million. They now hold 671,268 Bitcoin, and the price is still dropping. Tom Lee's Bitmine added 102,259 ETH worth 321.1 million last week, bringing total holdings to 3,967,210 ETH. Very cool. Lunar Entity said the Pinto of the modern age. The Pinto, at least, I guess the Cybertruck looks cool. I like the Pinto. It's the right amount of fugly for me to thoroughly enjoy it visibly. I look at it and I'm like, ooh. I literally do that every single time. Ondo to launch tokenized stocks and ETFs on Solana in early 2026. Very cool. $10.8 trillion Charles Schwab adds Solana and Micro Solana futures to its trading platform. That's huge. CryptoSpaces YouTube said BMNR might be a good stock buy. Bitminer? Why do I know that? Is that what it is? Oh, Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Okay. I don't know, with the price of Bitcoin going down, the miners are getting pretty close to like losing money, which is scary. Hopefully I get some good money up to buy it. That's what I've just been focusing on work, man. Like nose to the grindstone, trying to increase that fiat mining. So that way I don't have to worry about this stupid crypto crap for a little while. Makes me feel a lot better for sure. Especially when payday hits and you're like, oh, well, market's down, whatever. Um, CME Group launched spot quoted XRP and Solana futures. That's huge as well. Update: the 1011 insider whale is sitting on a $39 million floating loss as ETH slips under 3K. The number of active traders on Solana has dropped from 4.8 million to 680,000 since the start of 2025, marking a roughly 7x decline in activity. That's crazy. This one I kind of laughed at, I'm not going to lie. Terra founder Do Kwon may still face decades in prison in South Korea despite his 15-year U.S. sentence. Womp womp. That one made me giggle a little bit. Karma. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says public blockchains are more transparent than any legacy financial system ever built. What a freaking legend. Circle to acquire Interop Labs team and its intellectual property. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. This one was huge in my opinion. I don't think anyone realizes how big news this is. Having a central wallet where you can buy pretty much everything is, I think, the most important thing that crypto's lacking right now. Because most of them that exist that are like that are so slow and clunky and dumb. MetaMask is a decent wallet. Them adding support for Bitcoin is huge. So now you can buy and put your Bitcoin in your MetaMask wallet. Solana stablecoin supply nears all-time high, up 250% in the past year. I think that's going to continue to increase. Stock Money Lizards posted, I have rarely seen such an opportunity. Altcoins. We got a big fat wedge with not a lot of confluence points on the bottom. But even if you were to move that line to like these points, you would have a nice size wedge. I suppose the idea of it breaking straight up, if that doesn't happen, I don't mind it breaking kind of sideways and then eventually popping off to the upside, kind of like what we discussed with Bitcoin and the bear flag that everyone's talking about, all that stuff. Let's see. Oh, I missed quite a bit. Lunar Entity said, if you like Ethereum but just want high beta exposure without crypto custody, it's a win. Crypto Spaces said, I'd buy a Tom Lee stock over Sailors. Yeah. Lunar Entity said, I like BMNR because Tom is not using convertibles, meaning it's all spot ETH. Crypto Spaces said, nice info, Lunar. Yes, I tested that today's JJ. What did we test? You don't even need to go through centralized exchanges. You can just, the Bitcoin, that's so awesome. You can just swap chains to Bitcoin. Yeah, that's huge. I think that that's a big deal because MetaMask is kind of the go-to wallet for everything because people forget ETH is kind of king for altcoins. So it makes sense that the Ethereum wallet supports all the other wallets now too. Gordon Gecko posted, this is insane. Insider Whale has opened a $600 million ETH long position. This was 16 hours ago. Last time this guy traded with this size was just before the October 10th crash. So is that what's going to happen again? It's kind of scary. Next, we got Stock Money Lizards. Again, all those great investors did not get rich by buying the top. They were in the trenches. You can panic as much as you want. The opportunity does not change. Stay focused. Altcoins, chart total 3 without stables. Bitcoin. Hell yeah. Not financial advice. I'm, again, still have the mindset that 2026 is going to be the year. Hopefully. Evan said, have a good night, everyone. Take it easy, Evan. Appreciate you for stopping by. Crypto Spaces said, yep, I read that already. Bitcoin breakdown posted 2010 Bitcoin crashes to 10 cents. 2011 Bitcoin crashes to $1. 2013 Bitcoin crashes to $50. 2015 Bitcoin crashes to $200. 2018 Bitcoin crashes to $3,000. 2021 Bitcoin crashes to $30,000. 2025 Bitcoin crashes to $80,000. Do you see the pattern? Because it's pretty obvious. Tom Crown posted, Bitcoin continues longest consecutive extreme fear streak in history. SEC Chair Paul Atkins just gave a 4-minute speech on how Bitcoin and crypto are the world's most advanced financial system. This is a must watch. If you guys want to go check it out, the Bitcoin historian posted it 6 hours ago. Very cool. Crypto Michael, altcoins, he's using this to shill his group, so take it with a grain of salt. Altcoins are now sweeping the lows as expected. Everything is going to plan. Bounce should come within a day or two, then real move up begins. Crypto College, many altcoins look similar to the setup above. Altcoins are also going to plan. As I said in the previous update, don't be surprised to see a quick sweep of the lows for most alts before real move up begins. So we'll see if in the next day or two we actually start to get a real move up. Until then, we're going to wait and see. Russell 2000 just hit a new all-time high. Historically, altcoins always follow. Hopium for alt season. We will see. This definitely looks like a more 45-degree angle, whereas this is like curling over to eventually go down, maybe. I don't know. Crypto Spaces said stocks on chain will be great. Swapping from DEX coins to stocks will be amazing and easy. I'll probably buy BMNR on base chain. Yeah, that's going to be awesome when everything's like properly on chain and we don't have to have 15 million different accounts everywhere. Private credit lending in emerging markets jumps to an all-time high of $18 billion. That's crazy. Lending booms in developing countries, even as U.S. or in developing economies, even as U.S. industry struggles following collapse of first brands. It's crazy. Platinum soars to highest price in more than 14 years. Copper could hit stratospheric new highs as hoarding of the metal in U.S. continues. That's kind of exciting, honestly. Silver now outperforming gold by the largest margin in more than 14 years. Tesla could score its highest closing price in history. And fear returns to the stock market. Pretty crazy. Crypto Spaces said, I think they announced tokenized stocks soon. I think that's... I was surprised to see that places like JP Morgan are already like doing stuff on Solana and now Ethereum. Like they're really dipping their... like they're not even dipping their toes in anymore. They're kind of like... they're like wading in the water right now. It's getting exciting. Congratulations, A to Ace, once again on your victory. Enjoy your long bread roll. We got a portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio currently down $539, 53.9%. None of these assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, Aptos is down 75, Fetch is down 71, Render's down 62, Ondo is down 59, Proppy's down 56, Ada's down 50, Shib is down 49, Near's down 49, Doge is down 47, and Sol is down 24. Then the meme coin portfolio, currently down, 619, which is 61.9%. None of these assets are in the green either. Starting from the bottom, GigaChad is down 168, Snack is down 159, Pepe is down 115, Doge is down 90, Whiff is down 88. Ada Ace said, I'm liking Market Monkey and the CVD, or cumulative volume delta, and the OI, or open interest, paired with price and RSI divergences. All right, yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Then the narrative portfolio, my favorite, the most stable, currently down $225, $224, which is, what's that, 44.8%. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it compared to everything else. All things considered. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down. What is Fetch down? 63. VeChain's down 61. Mana's down 53. Pepe is down 42. And Tau is down 7. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio. Not quite perfect anymore. Currently down 462, 46.2%. None of these assets are in the green either. Starting from the bottom, Render is currently down 66. AVAX is down 65. Pith is down 63. Graph is down 59. Ondo's down 54. Swee's down 53. Crow is down 39. No, 39. Sol is down 30. ETH is down 24. And Chainlink is down 15. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin, $86,200, quietly sitting just outside of oversold territory on that 4-hour RSI. The daily, not quite oversold at all, actually. Far from it. You know what's funny? Let me go to the weekly really quick. This fractal on here for this weekly, almost perfectly playing out. This sideways right here, that was 35 days. This sideways right here. So far we're at 28. 35 would be next week. So we finish this week and next week, and we close out just after Christmas down here, and then from the 28th into 2026, maybe start to bounce strictly based on the fractal. That's not me saying that's going to happen. That's just the idea that the fractal presents. I'm going to get rid of this because that's clearly incorrect, but I do like this concept. I really do. Weekly, pretty dang low. Daily, like I said, not bad. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI, though. Yeah, this is that bear flag. Everyone's like, it's a bear flag, it's a bear flag. So, do with that information what you will. Crypto Spaces said, can you look at repo, please? Repo. It's on base. Yes, I absolutely can. Let me fix this first. Congratulations, Ada Ace, once again on your victory. Enjoy your long bread roll. Okay, repo. Repo is up 5.62% on the day. That's repo virtual. Hold on. Repo wrapped ETH. USDC. Here we go. 5.66% on the day. Okay. Get the RSI up right away. Zoom out. RSI sitting right in the middle. Let's see. The RSI looks good. He had a consolidation, break, rejection, break above that midpoint 50. So RSI looks like it wants to actually start to form some volume on the upper half of the chart. You've been kind of lingering in the lower half for an extended period of time. Every time it breaks up, you get some upper half action, even if it's just this. Still does happen, which is indicative of some upside on price. Let's see. You're gonna have support. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Right here. Trying to put my points of confluence on the chart based on price action. There isn't a ton. There's not a lot of like historic price data, but wherever the price had a swift rejection or support in the past, try to put a line there, and then that kind of tells you where the support and resistance levels are based on where people have bought and sold. It doesn't do anything other than like, it's kind of like fixed range volume profile, but it's more based on support and rejection, stuff like that. So you've rejected 15 basically, or 1.5 cents. Getting above that's going to be a big deal. 13.7, we'll call it 13.75. $1.375. Nice support bounce there. Yeah, if you are rejecting here, I would look for your RSI to maybe hold above 50. If it does break below it, then look for another support bounce at 13.75. Not financial advice. Your goal is to try to get above 15 or 1.5 cents. And this might not go all the way down there. It might bounce at like 14.3. Break, support, resistance, bounce, break, support, resistance, all that same stuff over and over again. And the areas to look for in between these ranges is usually the midpoint. And again, it's not a foolproof concept. It's just an idea that we've been testing on the stream for a little while, and it's worked out pretty well. But yeah, you got a big gap there, so there's a possibility for that midpoint to come into play. Same with right here. I would call it like that. 14.50 maybe. See if you get a bounce off of that, and then a break above this, and then maybe you just reject there and continue to the upside. See what plays out. Holder count. Okay, this locked something. Liquidity contract maybe. Unlock. 43%. Liquidity is 23K. It's a 5.1 million no market cap. 23K. 23K. That is not a lot of liquidity. This is for USDC specific though. So that's all of these with the little paper next to them are contracts. It can be a locked liquidity pool. It could be a burn wallet. It could be an exchange. It could be anything. So you know that there's somebody out there, at least not locked, with 12.44% of the supply. Somebody with 1.38. So I would want to figure out who this is with $1.8 million worth. Are they active on X? And what is their... Do they have an unlock schedule on CoinMarketCap? Not a lot of people know to look for this. I actually didn't know that it was a thing until very recently. I like that it exists, though. Token unlocks. Here you go. Private investors, 72.16%. Echo community, 27.84%. Unlock progress, 11.97% of it is unlocked. 11.97 is locked, and 76% is untracked. I don't even know what that means. So you're looking... Yeah, that 76% is scary. But you're looking at an unlock in May, it looks like, May of 2026. But what is up with that 75% missing? Or untracked? That's kind of weird. That's the only thing I would be asking questions about. Okay, they got a little cute little AI picture, 26,000 followers. That's pretty high, actually, for low market cap. AI training data. Okay. Interesting. I mean, it's interesting for sure. Not a whole lot to say about the fundamentals without knowing what's going on with that 75% MIA. You know, that's a lot. So I would definitely look into that. I think we're pretty much all set, guys. Bitcoin $86,147.97. Chilling, very quiet. I would like to get obviously above that 86,625, liquidate some bears, but you don't know what's going to happen, really. We're kind of just in a wait and see period. Hopefully we get some upside out of here. Anyways, guys, as always, Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Monday, and good night.